This podcast contains strong language and adult situations. If that's not your thing, you've been warned.
Welcome to the Fuck My Work Life podcast.
I'm Kay.
And I'm Jay.
Have you ever had a bad day at work?
Well, in this podcast, we share your weird, wonderful, and sometimes horrific stories from the workplace.
Which may leave you thinking, maybe I don't have it so bad after all.
Maybe not.
Let's do this.
Let's get into it. Hello, fuckers. How you doing today?
Hey, everybody. Jay, how was your week?
Well, I got some news. Fuckers. And this takes us directly into we drink because we work. Okay, I got to tell you, we finally got the Coors Light sponsorship. Those fuckers saw the error of their ways, and now we are living the good life. Of course, you probably noticed our new theme song, the new version of the theme song done by an exceptional musician that Coors Light hired. And so we're living the big life now, baby.
So does that mean that you're drinking Coors Light right now?
No. Right now, I've got a craft beer from the coast. It is called Brown Dog, Brown Ale, Brown Tongue, and it is so good.
Is it brown?
No, it's a light gold.
All right. Well, don't tell Coors Light, but I'm drinking Bud Light Seltzer today. It is their new pack, their Seltzer Sour watermelon flavor. It's basically a Jolly Rancher with a little bit of trying to be alcohol. So tell Coors Light to step up their seltzer game, and I'll do that.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
So let's get right into the work stories. And Kay, I'm going to tell you a work story of mine that I've never told you before.
You've never told me?
Never have I ever.
All right.
One of the first jobs I had right before my review, my yearly review, where they drag you in front of them, they sit you in a chair, and they tell you all the things that you're doing wrong.
Yeah, it's super helpful.
It was in the afternoon. So I went out to lunch with a buddy of mine. I didn't tell him that I had a review that afternoon. Got up to go to the pisser and asked him to order me an iced tea. Well, he ordered me an iced tea, all right, a Long Island iced tea.
Oh, damn.
And he said, make sure he doesn't taste the alcohol. So I went back and I downed this tea. It was delicious. I said, give me another one. It came. I drank it. And I told my buddy, I said, I feel great. I've got my annual review today, and I am feeling so relaxed. Well, at that point, he says, what? And he told me what he did. And then so I've got all this adrenaline and this fear and this alcohol all mixed up in an unholy cluster of drunkenness. And I had half an hour before my review.
That was a fucked work life.
I ran to the nearest gym and I begged the manager to let me take a steam in the sauna because, you know, that supposedly works to get you undrunk, right? That's a thing.
Steaming in the sauna?
That's a thing.
All right.
And then the manager, he said, sure, because he recognized a fellow bro in trouble. And then he gave me this drink from the energy bar. I don't know what it was. It tasted awful.
Was it brown?
I don't know what color it was at that point. And then he sent me on my way. So at that point, I was hot, sweaty, and still just as drunk.
Damn. I can understand why you've never told me this story. So how did it go?
So I went and I sat down, and I had a tremendous flash of drunken honesty. I said, look, dude, or sir, probably said sir.
Sir, dude.
I said, I got to tell you that my buddy played this prank on me over lunch. I am so drunk. Can we please reschedule this? Silence. After about a minute that seemed like an eternity, he bust out laughing. He looked at me and he said, April Fools. You may not have noticed, but I am not Jay, and that is not Kay. I am Josh.
I'm Amanda.
And we are from the Super Familiar with the Wilsons podcast, playing this little practical joke on you fuckers, because why the hell not? All right, back to your regularly scheduled program.
Bye.
April Fools.
Were you guys fooled?
I'm sure you were.
Did you think it was us?
You probably did.
Probably.
I did not get a pallet, of course,
No.
just to set the record straight.
But we have really been enjoying brown dog, brown
Ale.
ale, brown
Brown
tongue.
tongue.
That's my new favorite beer.
It is. It's an amber.
Thank you, Josh and Amanda.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
For
That was
doing
great.
that. Hope everyone is having a good April Fool's week. Is that a thing?
I mean, I guess.
I actually hate April Fools. I'm not a fan of pranks when they are played on me.
Yeah, I mean,
And I don't like playing pranks on people. This one was like lighthearted and fun, but I mean,
yeah.
like personal things there. I don't like it. I don't like it.
I don't think we deal with April Fools anymore. Like,
I mean, there's still people our age
Yeah.
that are into pranks and shit.
yeah, I know.
Certain companies get me like, oh, we're coming out with this product. And you're like, oh, that's so cool. Oh, motherfucker, it's April Fools. They're lying. Anyway, thanks again, Josh and Amanda.
Yep.
This is our April Fools special.
Special.
And since, the super familiar with the Wilsons team already covered our We Drink Because We Work For Us, we're going to skip that portion.
Yeah.
Unless you want to go right into our weekly distractions this week.
Sure. What's your weekly distraction?
So my weekly distraction this week has been my plants.
Cricket, 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 cricket.
You can eat a dick. I have never had a green thumb. Usually plants in my possession die very quickly. But my good pal B, she's been on the pod, gave me some spider plant babies probably 3 years ago at this point. And I grew one of them quite large. It was doing real good for a long time. And I took a couple babies from that plant and made a couple other plants from those. So now I have 3 spider plants, and they haven't been very happy recently.
I was wondering if you were going to tell that part.
Yeah, I'm not a liar.
They were pretty much dead.
No, they weren't dead. They just weren't happy.
I didn't say dead.
Pretty much dead.
I said pretty much dead.
They weren't happy, and I didn't know why, because again, not a plant person. So I was looking stuff up, and they could have had root rot. You need to give them filtered fucking water because they're princesses. So I repotted them last weekend. I bought some new soil because maybe their soil had been depleted of its nutrients. So I got them some brand new spider plant appropriate soil. I checked their roots. Their roots were actually really nice. So I just gave them some new soil, repotted them.
They look good.
Watered them, and they've come back to life.
It took like 2 days, and they were like, you could totally see a difference.
So
they
much
weren't
happier.
all sad and saggy.
I also took them out of the direct sunlight. I think that actually had a lot to do with it.
Yeah.
I put them more in the shade, and they're very happy. So that's been my distraction this week. I saved my plants.
That's good.
Yeah. I would say I'm a light green thumb now.
Yeah.
So what's your distraction, Jay?
My distraction this week is Formula One. It has.
That's the crowd.
Yeah, I know. Oh, I'm sorry. Formula One.
Formula One.
F1. Yeah.
Sebastian Vettel is coming around the corner.
That's the only name
I
you
know.
And I fucking hate that guy.
Well, I love how they say Sebastian Vettel.
Sebastian Vettel.
Oh, is it Vettel?
It's spelled with a V, but pronounced with a V.
Oh. It's spelled.
Spelled with a V, pronounced with an F.
Pronounced like an F. Sebastian Vettel. Okay. So you've been watching that.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your guy?
Charles Leclerc.
Leclerc.
He is a Ferrari driver. I was watching him when he had just come out of Formula 2, won the championship in Formula 2, which is like the up and coming to Formula 1. He won the championship, came into Formula 1 and was on Alfa Romeo, which is not really sister team, but like the development team for Ferrari. So that's where their new drivers go. They go to Alfa Romeo, and they were a team that was consistently like 12th, 13th, 14th. Sometimes they would get into the points, and Charles Leclerc came in, and he's such a composed driver under pressure. And he was consistently in his first year was like placing 7th, 6th, 8th, which was really good for that team. And then I believe it was his second year, he got moved to Ferrari. And in his first year, won like 3 races. But now there's a whole new car. The whole entire car is different.
for Ferrari, or just there's like a new one for
all of the teams. For all of the teams.
Like, is there a standard car format for Formula One, and then if they change it, everyone has to kind of adapt?
Yes, there are parameters that they set for the car, and it has to be built this way. So the cars are like, when you look at them, they look the same, but different parts on them are built differently. Like brake ducts are built differently, and certain parts of the rear wing and front wing are built differently, but they all have to be built within these parameters, and teams have room to play within those parameters. Anyway, my weekly distraction is Formula One, and Ferrari is doing very well.
Yay, Ferrari.
Yeah, it's good. It's good to see. I like Lewis Hamilton. He's a good driver, and he's the name that everyone knows in Formula One. But it's good to see him dethroned a little bit. I don't think it'll last very long. I think once Mercedes gets their shit together, they'll be back on top. But for the time being, it's good to see that Ferrari is like competing with everyone again.
Good job, Ferrari. So if you would like to share your weekly distractions, hit us up. #weekly distraction. Tell us what's been occupying your brain. We've mentioned this a couple times in the past. You all love to send us stories about poop.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is, but a lot of our stories we get revolve around shit. So being that it's April Fool's Week, we figured perfect time to share some of those stories.
That's right.
I would suggest...
This is going to be a shitty episode.
Exactly. I would suggest not eating while you're listening to this particular episode. But before we get into our shitty stories, we are going to listen to a promo from our friends over at Decaying with the Boys.
Yeah.
Welcome back to the Judgeatorium. It's Decaying with the Boys.
That's right, it's Matt, it's Adam, two comedic co-hosts that talk about what they love.
Beers, combat sports, pop culture, horror movies, and whatever else we want.
So subscribe on your favorite podcast platform to catch new episodes dropping every Sunday morning.
All right. Beer, combat sports, and all that kind of stuff.
All kinds of stuff. They're fun to listen to. Go check them out. They talk a lot about beer and the process of making beer, which I kind of find fascinating. Go give them a listen. All right. Jay, you wanna start us off with our first shit story?
Sure. Hi, Zach from Grading the Nerd here. I wanted to share my story about an experience I had working third shift at a retailer, Walmart. I was support manager on the third shift stocking crew. There was one other support and an assistant manager on nights too. One night, the manager got on the walkie and told me and the other support to come to the front of the store by the men's bathrooms. As I made my way over there, I passed the customer service manager who was eye-wide-eyed.
Wide-eyed?
Wide-eyed. It says eye-wide.
I know.
Wide-eyed and shaking her head. When I got there, my boss told me to go into the men's room and look in the handicap stall. I was a little apprehensive because that was a weird request, but I did it anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry, no.
Yeah, no, not if you work for Walmart. I'd be like,
I quit.
Fuck you. I'm going to go stock the candles.
Yeah.
When I got there, I had a mixed erection. Oh, I'm sorry, a mixed reaction.
Jesus. Weirdo.
When I got there, I had a mixed reaction of awe at the feats of strength involved in this and actual amusement because, well, it was weird as fuck. There in front of me were both handlebars for accessing the toilet ripped off the walls, along with several tiles surrounding them.
Wow.
But what was weirder was that the toilet was ripped off of the floor, not turned over or anything, just sitting beside the plumbing. God
What the
damn.
fuck? Someone on PCP or some shit?
Did somebody bring a fucking bear to Walmart?
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I brought my pet puma in here while I was going to the bathroom.
Its contents are what you might have imagined, but it didn't spill out onto the floor. I learned that night that some toilets, maybe all, I don't know, are made in such a way that the bowl won't pour out if disturbed, which was good because that was disgusting. Any questions?
No.
Okay.
I just am wondering where this is going to go. So, okay, wait. So let me recap the scene a little bit. See if I'm getting this right. Handicap stall,
Mm-hmm.
bars ripped off
Mm-hmm.
from the walls, toilet
Mhm.
not connected to the floor anymore, just off to the side, but full of what we can assume is
Dung.
feces.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, my boss phoned the store manager who said that we were not to call a plumber. Oh, fuck.
Eat a
Fuck
dick.
your boss.
Yeah.
See, this happened on a Friday night. And according to them, plumbers work for double time on weekends. Okay, but you work for fucking Walmart. Like while they don't pay their employees
They have
huge amounts of money,
fuck ton
they
of money.
have a fuck ton of money. Yeah. And they can pay for a plumber to come put the bars back in the wall and the toilet back in the floor.
Yeah. They can go suck it along with Amazon.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I just real quick, I'm going to interject. I had a funny interaction with a coworker today about Amazon. They're like, God, I have an unhealthy, toxic relationship with Amazon. Like, I hate them so much, but I can't stop shopping there. And it's like, I feel like a lot of people feel that way.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Maybe that's just around where we were, but they'd want to pay more than they needed to. So we waited. We locked the stall and it sat there until Monday morning when the plumber came. Jesus fucking Christ.
That smell was probably horrific.
Festering pipiu.
Because they're still open, right? It's not like an office that's closed on the weekend.
Yeah, they're open.
So people going in there are going to be smelling that shit all weekend.
Yeah, but they're probably just going to chalk it up to, it's Walmart. That morning, get this, the plumber walked in and walked right back out and refused to do it. The manager asked why, and the plumber said it's not his job to deal with excrement, especially like that. The manager said there was only a little in the toilet and that we could just flush it once it was reattached. Fuck you. He's got to have his head down by the fucking bowl while he's like putting the wax ring in and setting the bowl in and screwing it down. And the plumber laughed and said, "You're not flushing that mess." They walked in, and what they discovered, and I unfortunately saw photos of, was that someone, most likely the person who did it, had been crawling under the stall door and using the broken toilet all weekend.
Why?
Who the fuck? I kid you not. The thing was full. I mean, full. It was truly disturbing. Jesus Christ.
What is wrong with people?
I'm gonna puke.
That's why I gave the warning. Don't be eating during this. Like, seriously, what is wrong with you? That is the toilet, because it's a Walmart. There were other fucking stalls that were functioning.
Could be a crackhead.
Oh my God. Ugh.
No one wanted to deal with it. So to this day, that toilet stall is just closed. No. So they called this old lady up from maintenance. She couldn't have been less than 85 and was still working. She said she did it just to have something for her to do. So yeah, they forced her to remove the contents of the toilet and get rid of it so the plumber could do the work. Jesus.
What fucking
Christ.
assholes.
Well, they should have called Jer.
Oh.
We frequently, throughout the years, had regular problems with plumbing there. People flush weird stuff. But I always thought it was a disgruntled employee who did it that night. But we never discovered who did it. That's one of the weirdest and messed up things that happened to me on that crew. It's both funny and absolutely strange at the same time, so I thought I'd share and see what you guys thought. Hope you enjoyed it. Looking forward to hearing everyone else's stories. Great show. Thanks, Zach.
Thanks, Zach. Jesus.
Thanks, Zach.
That's disturbing. Do they not have... They have to have surveillance cameras in Walmart, right? They probably have them, but don't actually turn them on because it costs too much money.
Well, I know, right?
They just have decoys. And
also not in the bathroom.
Yeah, but they could see people if there was like one person that was going a lot in there. But I guess if you're an employee, you're going to use it a lot, so it's hard to tell.
The employees don't have a bathroom back in the back?
Oh, I have no idea.
I don't know.
I thankfully never worked for Walmart, so I don't know.
I worked for Kmart. It was like my first job, and
Yeah.
there was like the public bathroom and the employee bathroom in the back, but the public bathroom was in much better shape because they never fucking cleaned the employee bathroom.
Yuck. That poor old woman, though, it reminds me of the little old lady from Superstore.
Yeah.
I forget her name, but just goes in there and cleans it up because she's a good person.
Oh.
Ugh. Thank you
That's
again.
fucking disgusting, by the way.
It is really disgusting. Thanks for that story. That did remind me, though, you brought up Jer. Do you want to mention that we were guests on the Neatcast?
Yes, we were. That was a shit show. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah, we had a
from
blast.
What I remember.
So go check that out. The Neatcast. I think it was episode 79, but you should listen to all their episodes because they are super funny.
Oh, it's so much fun.
We have another story. This one was sent into us. It is a recording. So we are going to play that for you now. Again, more shit stories.
Hey, you two. So we did want to be able to give you guys our job horror stories, the contest that you guys ran. But, you know, since you've been following us, we weren't able to get together to record. But now that we're together, we still want to share some horror job stories. So I'll go first. I got Freddie here with me. So we got so we'll do this as an 88 miles per hour podcast, job horror stories. So my first horror story and I've never shared this with Freddie. So I was working at Taco Bell, and my job, because I was one that spoke English, I was the lobby. So that means I rang up people, but also I was in charge of cleaning the lobby, the outside, the bathrooms, all of that, while they all got to chill in the back. Like, fuck, dude. So I was in high school, so we would close at 10, and then once I was done with my final cleanup, I would clock out and go. And one day, right before we close, some lady comes in and she goes to the bathroom. So I was like, fuck. I'm like, whatever. Time goes, lock the doors for everybody. I'm like, all right, no one else could come in. And I'm just waiting. And I'm like, what the fuck? Like, So I went and go tell my manager. I'm like, hey, you know, Guti, there's someone in the bathroom, you know, like they don't want to come out. He's like, "Verdad? Let's go see." And then he doesn't give a fuck. No. He's like, hello, hey, you know, just fucking banging. And I'm just like, oh, like I get it. I was still embarrassed because I was still fucking introvert, like shy kid back when. And then he's like, hello, you know, we're closed, you know, and nada, fucking nothing. We're like, hey, we're sick. I started to get worried because, like, what if they're dead? Like, what the fuck? Like, we don't know. Like, and we're like, and time is passing. I'm like, you know, like, and for some reason, instead of just being like a normal manager or you know, they could have been like, you know what, go clock out, just go take off. That's fine. You know, none of that. They still kept me there because I had to clean the bathroom once they leave. So we're waiting. Nada. Finally, like we're all like over there in the back because they're still getting orders. Drive-thru's still open, and I'm just like chilling there with them. Finally, we hear the door because it locks from the outside, but if you're inside, you could push out.
Right.
And we hear the door like the front. I'm like, yeah, I think they left. So I was like, I go and I see the lady. I'm like, oh yeah, she left. I locked the door. Let me grab my shit. Let me go into the bathroom. I go into the bathroom.
What did you find?
Oh, dude, she smeared shit all over the walls, all over the mirrors, all over the toilet.
I hope you're not eating while listening to this podcast. Oh my goodness.
I was like, and I ran over there to my managers, my employees, all of them. And I told them, oh my gosh, you got to see what was in the bathroom. They all go and they're like, hijo de la, what the que la chingada, like, oh, fucking cerote there. I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then like I'm like, that was her. And she's far away, but you can still see her. Right. And one of my one of the employees, she goes, cagona.
Oh man.
And the worst part out of everything, we lock up and they all start going back. They go, all right, Santos, clean up so you could go. I had to clean that up.
Are you serious? You had to clean it?
Uh-huh. And because I was young and like my mom she got me the job there and she was so like about you got it because she got mad once. I was off, and they called me if I wanted to come in, and I told them no. And my mom got pissed, dude. She got so mad. I got grounded because fucking I wouldn't go to work. Like, what the fuck? Like,
You're
really?
representing me, mijo. What are you doing?
Exactly.
You're
It
making
makes
me
her look bad.
right. You're
Mhm.
making me look bad. Vete
Hijo.
a trabajar, cabrón.
Yeah, seriously. So I for me, I am like, it's an authority figure. He's telling me I need to do it. So I'm not gonna fight it, talk back. I'm thinking that's my job. I guess I got to. And there I am scrubbing shit off the wall. Like, what the fuck?
Oh man,
Dude, it took me a while, man. Like,
how long did it
clean.
take you? No, first of all, how did you prepare yourself to go in that room to wipe all that?
They nothing, bro. They didn't have anything. So this is me putting my
What?
shirt over my
Are you
nose,
s-
cleaning, and then every now and again, I'm stepping outside to get a breather and going right back in to clean.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, and that's what I'm telling you. I was young, bro. Like, if I would have known, like, I would have said something.
Wow, they took advantage of you. So they didn't pay you extra? Here's your paycheck, and
No.
here's a cerote
Aquí
check.
está un dime, yeah, a raise. My first raise, they gave me a dime.
Oh man, dude.
They raised me a dime. I was so excited when I got my $375.
All right, I'm gonna go buy a video game or something.
Yeah, I bought a guitar with my first paycheck. I went and bought a guitar, the Danny Electro guitar.
Nice.
Danny Electro, yeah, with an amp.
You got that? How'd you get that? When I bought it because I cleaned some cerote in the.
Yeah,
that's my cerote guitar.
Yeah, poop guitar.
Oh man. Well, since we're in that topic, I worked in this company, a production company, and we had some employee, and we did subtitles. When we had this one dude, he was a huge dude, and he would just be like, he was just awful. He was just like, his hygiene, he didn't take care of himself. He was just this just big dude with a dirty beard, but he was good at what he was, he was really good in editing. So, but he had his own office. So one day, I don't know if he ate something bad. And I remember because I remember what happened. So he went to the bathroom. Okay.
Yeah.
And he did his business. So I walked into the bathroom.
Oh.
And then I was like, what's that horrible smell? Like, what is going on here? I opened the door. This guy, his ass exploded on the wall, bro. Like he didn't bother to clean it up. It was like the white wall was brown. Like it was just like a explosion of shit. He didn't bother to clean it. So I was like, and then my other friend comes in, he goes, hey, was that guy? Yeah, he didn't like clean the bathroom. Like, it's just disgusting. So we're like, well, we got to go and tell him. I'm not going to clean it. And then we're like, well, let's go. And so we went in and we knocked in his office. I go, hey, bro, did you just have an accident? He was like, what? Yeah. I just went in there right now. And there's just, is that your explosion of cerote all over the wall? He didn't say anything. He was like, well, yeah, we know it was you. We have the cameras. You were the last one to go in there.
Yeah.
So can you go in there and clean your cerote?
Yeah.
From all over the wall. And that was probably like the worst experience of working with a employee. And he did. He went in there. We gave him here's this for you to scrub
gloves,
it.
Clorox,
Mr.
Clean.
Yeah, make sure you just because like, come on. We're all guys. We all like take care of the bathroom. This guy can you imagine just having an explosion? You walk away. It's like, really, bro?
Yeah, seriously.
There's only 25 employees here in this business. Like, you can't get away with it. And we have cameras, so we know it's you.
He's like, me cagué, no one's gonna know.
Me caí en el solete y no lo limpié, no. Eso es cochino.
Right?
Yeah,
Who was he waiting for? The maid to come at night? The cleaning crew?
Exactly. Dude, and this happened like around noontime. So imagine the smell of the smell of cerote, all the and then the cleaning
all
company,
day.
all the cleaning pobrecitos, the ones who clean.
Yeah, when they show up.
It's like, wow, so
alguien cagó otra vez.
So we gave him a nickname, Cerote Man.
Cerote Man.
Yeah. Here comes Cerote Man. He was like, what does that mean? That means shit man. You're the shit man, bro. That's what it means.
Oh man. Because people don't forget. A coworker of mine pooped his pants while he was at the register. And after that, he was known as the poop guy. I don't want to say the full name because his name was involved with his nickname that they gave him. I didn't. I was the only friend he had. So I
Right.
felt bad for the guy because, not because, I'm going to be his friend. Because no. We were legit friends before that even happened. But I just always felt bad because that's anytime, even when he was long gone and we would start talking about old employees, it was his story because he pooped his
man.
pants. He left, changed, came back, and went right back to work.
Hey, that's a good work. At least
Came back to
devotion.
work.
Yeah,
Dude, when my stomach acted up and I was at the register, I'd pull any employee. I don't care if I get ring up. I gotta go to the bathroom, and I would just fucking leave.
exactly. That's an emergency. You got to take care of your business, you know.
Yeah.
But so sorry if you guys are eating something. This is the
we apologize.
episode. But
Yeah.
that's reality.
Yeah. So F my work life. Podcast. This is our submission for our work horror story. So hopefully you guys enjoy it. And this is Santos Medrano
And Freddy Morales.
and we are 88 miles per hour podcast with our Cerote poop stories.
There you go.
Cerote.
Fuck yeah, I love this Cerote poop stories.
I'm gonna start calling people that at work.
I
Cerote.
have a tip for the guy who had to clean up the shit in Taco Bell.
Ugh.
He should have known. You put the Vicks Vapor Rub underneath your nose on your upper lip, and you don't smell nothing.
Probably don't carry that on you at all times though, as a teenager.
Yeah, probably not.
But maybe hot tip for anyone working anywhere where there's a public restroom, always have some Vicks Vapor Rub with
Fucking
you
A.
just in case. Man, both of those stories. Oh, what a good kid though, to not just walk the fuck out,
Yeah.
but go in there and clean
Well,
it because he knew
he knew
was
his
gonna
mom was
get in
gonna whoop his
trouble.
ass.
Oh man, thank you so much for those stories.
Yeah, those were great.
And you guys should go check out 88 Miles Per Hour podcast. They're really fun. Okay, so before we go into our last shit story of the day, we're going to listen to another promo from the Cult-Worthy podcast.
The Cult-Worthy podcast.
Yeah, Antonio goes into kind of like cultish type movies. And I really like it because he breaks them down, but it's quick and it's interesting. So check out their promo.
The Cult-Worthy Podcast. Your host, Antonio Palacios, will guide you week by week through a bevy of cult favorites, obscure cinema, and hidden gems. Listen to us on your favorite platforms or follow us on thecultworthy.com. The Cult-Worthy Podcast.
All right. Go check out the Cult-Worthy podcast.
Yeah. Our last poop story of the day. I know you guys are real sad
Poop.
that this is the last one. I know you're all out there screaming, more shit stories.
More cerote.
Cerote.
Más cerote. Más cerote.
Por favor. I really should have taken Spanish in high school instead of French. It would have served me much better
I
living
know.
in Southern California to know Spanish. I might still do it.
I grew up in Louisiana and I took Spanish and I don't remember any of it. And mostly because I would never use it outside of school
Yeah.
in Louisiana at the time.
Yeah. I had a friend who spoke Spanish growing up, and the only thing I remember her teaching me was cállate la boca.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
I learned. ¿Dónde están las putas baratas?
Where is the
Cheap whores.
wow? They're called sex workers now.
Okay, well,
Let us know how to
not
say
in
that
Spanish.
in Spanish. Okay. Jesus. I hope you guys are still listening. We have one last story for you. I'm going to read that right now. Hi, guys. I saw you were looking for stories for season 3. Figured I'd send this one and see if it gets in. It got in.
It got in.
For my real job, I've worked with adults with disabilities for years and really like what I do. A long time ago, when I first started in the field, the pay wasn't great, so I took a second job for overnight shifts on weekends at a level 4 home, mostly autistic teens. Level 4, by the way, is the worst behaviors autistic people can have. I was told I'd be able to sleep. This wasn't true.
Not.
I showed up for my first shift, and my coworker informed me that there was no sleeping because one of the kids liked escaping out of his window around 3 a.m. The other reason was another kid liked to poop himself and try to eat it.
Ooh, nice. It's like leftovers.
Well, I thought it would be all right. I'm pretty confident in what I do, even back then. 3 a.m. rolls around. Sure enough, the first kid tries escaping. We were able to get him back in the house as one of us stood under the window, which apparently no one ever thought of. When we got back in the house, the other kid was laughing hysterically. I opened the door to his room, and not only had the kid pooped, but decided to do some fancy artwork all over the walls in his room and wiped it all over his body. Why is there so much of this happening in the world? Why? My coworker decided they had had enough and left right then. Wow.
Nice.
Being by myself, I made an executive decision and decided to see if this kid could clean up his own mess. Sure enough, with a little convincing and him realizing I wasn't going to clean it up, he stopped laughing and cleaned up his mess. By 6 a.m., I had given him a shower and he went back to sleep. My relief came in and asked what happened to the other guy. I said he quit. The relief guy asked if I was coming back that night. I said nope and left.
I quit.
Never even bothered to get my paycheck. I kept in touch with someone who still worked at that place. Apparently, the kid never pooped himself again. I also never worked with autistic teens again after that. Sorry if this is long, but I still think it's funny. Anyway, love the show. Shane. Wow.
I mean, kudos to you, for working in that environment. I would have quit too.
Yeah, that's got to be intense work.
Actually, as soon as my coworker told me that, like, the one escaping, that's fine. The one shitting himself and trying to eat it, I'd have been like, cool.
I'm out.
Out.
I'm gonna go work at Taco Bell.
Yep.
Which may not have been better.
Yeah, probably not.
Or Walmart.
Taco Bell fucks. Well, it fucks people up.
Their stomachs?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay, then.
I have nothing to add to that.
Fun fact.
Fast food Mexican food will fuck up your stomach. Yes. I mean, any fast food will fuck up your stomach. Eat healthy, y'all.
That's right.
This has been Health Corner by J&K.
That's right.
That's our April Fool's episode. Poop stories galore.
Puke.
Poo-poo. Poo-poo.
Pew-pew.
Caca. Cerotes.
Cerote. Which, for those of you who don't know, means turd in Spanish.
We Googled it.
I knew she had to Google it.
I actually looked up.
Tell her.
I looked up shit in Spanish, and it was not cerotes. It was
mierda.
Or caca.
Or caca. That's poop.
So then we just figured out how to spell cerotes, and it said turd. Yeah. You turd.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for
Thanks,
your
guys.
stories today. Thank you, super familiar with the Wilsons, Josh and Amanda, for your intro.
We out, fuckers.
Bye, fuckers. We love you. See you next week. Mwah.
Hello, everyone. My name is Nick. I'm the host of Nikolai's Kitchen, and I'm also the host of the annual Live Stream for the Cure. Live Stream for the Cure is a charity event where we raise money with content creators and podcast partners from around the world for the Cancer Research Institute, a wonderful nonprofit researching cancer immunotherapy, training the body's immune system to fight all forms of cancer. This is a mission and a future that I truly believe in. And myself and my team worked tirelessly over the past 5 years to raise over $50,000 for this cause. This year, we're aiming for our biggest single goal to date of $20,000, and we cannot do it without your help. Please join us for the event May 19th through the 21st, starting at 9 a.m. Eastern, for 45 hours of content from people all over the world. Together, we can bring hope for a future immune to cancer. The more eyes we reach, the more dollars we raise. Please help us in making this goal a reality. Together, we can make a difference.
If you have a workplace story you'd like to share, email it to us at fmwlpod@gmail.com or call the rant line at 310-818-3273.
You can find Fuck My Work Life on all major podcast platforms. If you like our podcast, please consider giving us a 5-star rating on Apple, Spotify, Good Pods, or Podchaser.
If you'd like to become a patron, check out our Patreon, where you can get access to all kinds of fun perks like swag, bonus content, and virtual happy hours.
And of course, please remember to support indie podcasts. They're working hard to provide amazing content for you.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Until next week, bye,
Bye, fuckers.